Hi, Homeworthy. I'm Gonzalo. Welcome to my house in Dallas. Please come in.
You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story. Be sure to visit our website, homeworthy.com, to discover amazing furniture, art, accessories, and more, all handpicked by our editors to help transform your house into a home. All of the items are inspired by the episodes you see here on Homeworthy. Enjoy!
I'm Gonzalo Bueno. We're in our home in Dallas, Texas. We're in a 1960s house, ranch style. We bought this about 15 years ago and completely renovated it. It has a great history because the city of Dallas bought this house or built this house for the Archbishop of Dallas. We immediately connected with it because it has a double lot, so we have a beautiful backyard, and I honestly love the footprint too because being a ranch style has an L shape, and you'll see it has the most amazing windows, and from different of the rooms you can enjoy looking outside and the natural light. We really love what we have been able to do to the house and knowing that it has such a great history behind. Although we have made many upgrades to the house, renovations, you would see that we were very respectful of the footprint, which I feel it's really the essence of the house. When we bought the house 15 years ago, the house was truly designed how it was back then. So the rooms were separate and we opened it all up. We also wanted to have more privacy and more storage, so I designed a lot of cabinetry around and a lot of concealed doors to hide places where we have doors or storage. And we kind of just made it our own with design elements that I felt were attractive and finishes that were perfect for the style of the house, but still making it more interesting and special. This is our foyer, and I love it because we were able to widen the openings into the house. Before it was a lot more smaller. And some of my favorite pieces in this room are, for instance, this 1940s French piece that is ebonized and has like the most cool lizard brass handles. I was able to get it in Florence, Italy, even though it's a French piece. And this art piece, which are paper cuts, it has a landscape of woods, which I think is really cool. And the mix of all these elements with a cowhide rug and art, it just makes the combination and the first feeling of the house really interesting, I feel. I also designed this bronze candle of a snake where we always have a candle, and it's just a very nice way to welcome our guests to our house. So from the foyer, we did our case openings bigger. And in the beginning, we used to have here the living room, which this was the living room of the house. And it was actually closed off from the family area. But since we really wanted to entertain and have more open spaces, we took down these walls and I designed this double-sided fireplace. This used to be our big living room, but as we grew older, we wanted to entertain and have more people for dinner. And so what used to be the dining room, we switched it now to be here to have more space. In the dining room, we love having the double-sided fireplace As you can see again, I'll have like a type cabinet here, and it's all mixed with my Asian sculptures, Mexican artists. It's the mix of all these pieces that I think makes it so interesting. And, one very interesting story is this here was my first art piece that I bought as a kid. I probably was like 13, 14 years old. And this is a Dali piece that I was able to pay the gallery with a lot of effort and allowances, but it's always meant a lot to me to have it. So we can fit 12 people at the dining table. These tables are awesome because they're perfect squares, 60 by 60, so we can pull them apart and even sit 16 people. But the way that we have it laid out here, we can do 2 more on each end and sit 10. So we love the versatility of it, and that we can do something more intimate, or we can invite more friends. Another thing that I love playing with, as you can see, is having a more realistic art piece like the one from the Mexican artist that I showed you, but then a very cool David LaChapelle photograph from his water series, and a big scale of photography, but that brings in always a conversation point with our guests. So I feel that it's important to be able to mix mediums and bring interest to the conversations, especially when you're here having dinner at our house. Our rug is from Odegaard. I bought it in one of my trips with clients in New York. And I love that it also kind of brings in nature, since it has this beautiful landscape to it. And it sort of also ties up a little bit of our Peppercott from Adam Ball art piece. I feel that in this house, with all these windows and so much green around us, it's nice to have that feeling. I bought this art piece also from a gallery in Monterrey, Mexico, which ironically was showing at one of the Dallas showrooms here at David Sutherland. And I immediately connected with how abstract it was and full of colors, but the colors were all earthy and warm. So I always thought that it was something great to have in the context of my house, with all the type of colors that I have for the fabrics and textures. These stools are kind of awesome because we can always just carry them around the house. And also, a funny thing is they go up and down. So they become kind of that piece of furniture that you have in your house that you just move around, either to the table or to the seating area. Yeah, they're just easy and fun. When we first came to see this house, I'm going to be quite honest, we walked in and the spaces were laid out a little different, and the interiors were very dated, and it had a few things that I didn't love, like an open kitchen with a glass block. It was just dated, and the rooms were not open to each other, so it felt like it had a lot of small rooms. So the truth is, we walked out of here and thought, this is not for us. And a couple weeks later, I was traveling, and when I was traveling, I found the floor plans of the house. And on my flight to Vegas, I started sketching around and thinking, okay, what would I do if I bought this house? Would I open this up? Would I close this off? Would I open these frames? And I was just having fun because I didn't have anything to do. And it's what I do. So I started playing with it. And when I landed, I called our realtor and I said, you know what? I think this house has great potential. Let's make an offer. And sure enough, we got it. And luckily, we did make an offer when we did, because a few minutes later, there were 3 other offers behind. So I think it really was meant to be. We immediately got to work on the house, and I think it took us about 6 or 8 months to completely take it to the studs and remodel it. And we had to move in without a kitchen because we did a German kitchen, and those, take several months. So in the beginning, we didn't even have a kitchen, but we were fine. We didn't have this furniture, so we had a little settee in front of our TV. Like it all just happened too quickly, but within a year, I think we were able to be all settled in and comfortable, and it did started feeling more like home. We can go now to our dining room that connects to our more formal seating area of the house. And so this room, probably like most rooms in most houses, it's the one that we only use in very few occasions. And it used to be the dining room, but we turned it into our formal living room. And this room is full of meaningful things to me. I mean, the sofa is by Pro Memoria, that does the most beautiful upholstery and bronze work. So you can even see the solid bronze handles that it has on the back of the sofa, and then the layering of pillows that start in a silk velvet and then go to a linen to another fabric. So layering things is something that I love. We have this beautiful sofa, and then my collection of dolls here, or idols, or saints, however you want to call it, but things that I've been getting through the years. I've just been collecting all of these things through the years, through trips. They're meaningful things to me, even, like this Baccarat heart that I got from my mom. It's here on my little sort of like an altar. The ceremonial little dress from India, and all of this ends up being next to this beautiful piece that I got at an art fair that has a reaction to the fabric. That reaction is written on the side of the frame that creates this really interesting art piece. And then photography, which I'm a big fan of photography. So you'll see here Kate Moss, photographed by Mary McCartney, Paul McCartney's daughter, which they're really good friends. And she did a series of photos from Kate. The kind of little bit craziness here with these Baccarat pendants designed by Arik Levy that are called the Phantom. There's little like ghosts that move around that I wanted to install in a more playful way than the traditional way, and as well as all my objects on my cocktail table that are some are gifts from very close friends of mine. Like this sculpture is a gift from one of my really close friends, actually my business partner, and so are the other elements here. So the house inside has a modern aesthetic. At the same time, I like antiques, so you'll see how I've loved mixing antique Asian cabinets with modern sofas and classic pieces like an Jacobsen egg chair. So it's really eclectic in a way. It's full of moments or items that have meant a lot to me. I try to collect things from my favorite designers, since this is what I do. And at the same time, in some things I've been respectful, or I've tried to get, like our outdoor furniture is all Richard Schultz, which is from the same time, the 60s. Our egg chair is from the 60s too. So, and that's the time that I was born. So it all kind of felt like it clicked when we decided to buy this house. We're now here on our family room. As you can see, it's open to the dining and the formal living. And this is where we spend a lot of time as a family, because we have this great sectional that is perfect for us to be watching TV. And I wanted to design something special with different materials for this wall. So I went for the brass panels with these really cool slim bronze shelves that just come out of the wall, and combined with lacquer cabinets, and then a base for this great sculpture that I was able to get at the art ball at the DMA, and that's from Nicola Alquin. As you can see, then there's this sculpture from Nicola Bola, this Italian artist, and it's all wrapped in Swarovskis. So you start getting all this mix of different things that just give the room a lot more character and personality. So I love Trudon candles. They're my super favorite candles, and the scent Ernesto, it's by far my favorite. I think I have a very specific style and way for things to look that I truly enjoy doing my own flowers most of the times. And I always feel that it's a little bit of like therapy for me to get to do something with my hands and leave it exactly like the way I would want it to look. To be honest with you, I just went to the flower market here in Dallas, and I thought these were like really cool and exotic, and I don't even know their name, but I love the look of them. Our family room connects to this bar, and in the past, this is where there was an angle wall with an opening looking into the kitchen, and that wasn't something that I wanted. So I was able to design this bar, and I did it with bronze mirrors so it would have a reflection and make the space feel more open. And we just did this like little sitting area here next to the fireplace where we can also just connect to the family room. Just like I said, opening up more the spaces and making all this area be connected and more fun for everyone. It's a neon art piece from Tracy Emin, which is a British artist. And when we got it, our first daughter was about to be born. So I love the message and I love this artist. So we just felt that it was perfect to get it for us. Something very special about this British artist, Tracy Emin, is that she happens to be a close friend of Elton John, who keeps one of the three other pieces of this art piece. So one of my favorite things in our bar, especially when we get together with friends and we're celebrating something or just before we go to dinner, is using our champagne flutes, because they're a collection that every glass is a different style. So it's just fun to have everyone come over and kind of pick their favorite glass and, you know, sip their champagne while they're here. Part of what we love this bar is when we're entertaining and we have all of our friends over, we can just stock up here with drinks and some hors d'oeuvres. We even use this sink and fill it up with ice and have wine or champagne bottles. That makes it so easy for everybody to serve their drink. So as you can see, now going to the kitchen, I went to school in Monterrey, Mexico at Monterrey Tech, and I studied architecture. Back in those days, which were the beginning of the 90s, architects used to do a lot of interiors as well. So we started our firm, my business partners and I, in 1994, and we were doing architecture with interiors, and it just sort of evolved to what we're doing now, which is basically the same, but we do half and half in our firm. It makes it a lot of fun when you get to understand architecture and how it all works, space planning. I have a tendency to see spaces, and even if I'm just doing the interiors, I have to move a wall where it needs to be moved, or a window, do the perfect lighting for it, because I feel that everything has to come together to create the perfect space. So having my experience in architecture really helped me a lot when we started doing interiors. And Dallas has a great design center which is what brought us here to Dallas a lot with our clients. And soon enough, we decided to open an office here in Dallas, which was in 2004. And our business has grown, and we've had great projects. We've met great clients and friends, and now we're keeping an office in Mexico and also here in the United States, which has helped us expand a lot of our business and really do what we love doing, which is architecture and interior design. Now we're coming into the kitchen. This is actually the back wall of the bar, where we were able to get a lot more storage, which was very needed. And also our tall column appliance. We even have a TV now that it's above our coffee maker, which I'm religious about. I love having coffee every morning, and I can set the timer and have it ready for me. You would see that in the beginning, this kitchen, before we had kids, we had beautiful painted walls with art piece and a glass, basically, kitchen island. And then when we got the kids, we needed to make some changes and got together with Bolt Up, and they were able to design this new kitchen island that has more storage, more refrigeration, a space for everyone to sit down and enjoy any meal. So we had to make it more practical, but we still wanted it to feel like it was our home. So this is what we did. When we bought the house, the kitchen had this beautiful skylight, and I hesitated to take it out or not, but I really enjoy having all this natural light, and I felt that the contrast of the warm rest of the house to come in here into the kitchen and be full of light was really, really nice. It's like perfect to have your coffee in the morning and to get your day started. As the family grew bigger, we needed to be more practical, so we handpicked these beautiful Calcutta slabs that help a lot when cooking and using the kitchen for maintenance. So it still added a lot of character and kind of picked up all the gray hues from the pantry part that's still hugging by the frames of the bar. So one of the cool features of this German kitchen, it took us a second to get used to, but now we love it. And they said that it's really good ergonometrically for your back, is the way that they store all the plates, all the dishware, which is in a drawer, but it really makes it now so easy, and I really like it. Same as the cutlery and all of that. So we're now in our breakfast room, probably the room that we use the most every day. And I, again, wanted to make it different and special. That little settee there sometimes can have 3 people seated there. And I wanted to do a classic table like this, the Serenine from Knoll with the Calcutta marble as well. Art, this artist was the first artist that did Photoshop in the United States many years ago. So as you can see, this person here is him, the photographer, layered and layered, same as the bird and the sun and the reflection. It's a really cool photograph. Just got that Asian cabinet. As you can see, I love Asian furniture, and just to add more storage where we can have more of the things that we use to entertain. It's been great. As you can see, I have Grasscloth on the walls here as well as in the rest of the house, because I like how good it looks, and it's very consistent. And I also feel that it helps not to be chopping each room, but it opens up all the feeling of the house. Now you'll see why we love this breakfast room so much, and that's because we're so close to the backyard. So let me take you over there. So now we are here outside and you're going to be able to very easily see our L-shape part of it and how special it is for us to be out here with this beautiful lawn and our pool. We have a couple of different seating areas with our 1960s Richard Schultz furniture that I just feel it feels like perfect for the house. We spend a lot of time out here. I mean, with the girls in the summer, having the pool is amazing. It kills a lot of time with them. And also when the weather is nice, we just love to hang out as a family. I mean, the kids are always doing art crafts over here in this sitting area. And we invite our friends over, have a glass of wine, get in the pool, just really enjoy ourselves. So it's such a special backyard with trees that have so many years, and we can enjoy to see all this greenery. So it's a great part of what we love the house since the first place. And you know, you can see probably here how we had kids, we had to add to the house. It was a complicated decision how to mix the style of the brick walls with the tile roof. So we just decided to do a really contrasting material, which is these metal clad walls and the metal roof, to kind of tie it all back together and not look so much like we added to the house. When we first bought this place, the previous owner had a more eclectic landscape. They had a variety of plants everywhere, and in the beginning I just wanted to clean everything up, had a more flat backyard, and then have accents of trees and different heights. So we did redo all the flooring and different layouts for the seating areas, lighting, added all these trees that I felt had more personality and had more order than what the previous owners had. Okay, so let's go back inside. I can't wait to show you the bedrooms. I think my favorite thing in this house is the layout. I love the L shape because I feel that we can get so much natural light from the family room where we are now and where we are mostly every night. Our breakfast room can also look outside, and we always sit as a family for breakfast and for dinner. I love enjoying to see in the backyard, and our bedroom also looks out. So I have to say that the favorite thing of this house for me is the L-shaped layout. I think the mix of materials in our house is what makes it come alive. The mix of a Grasscloth wallpaper with brass panels, lacquer finishes, stone tables, upholstery in different textures, leather chairs, combining all these elements in a way that they look good together, I think is a key in any project. And obviously, being my house, I get to explore all that and take challenges. I don't like to do things with one same material. I like mixing the bronze mirrors and the brass panels and the dark hardwood floors with the white casing in the openings. Very important to have good lighting. I'm a big art fan. I love collecting art and feel that all the pieces need to be perfectly illuminated. So I think lighting, it's important, having it directed to the art piece, being able to dim them properly, and also a good sound system can make the house also have like the best mood for any type of occasion. I wanted to really show you our powder room, which is probably like one of the smallest powder rooms you've ever seen, but we took space out of the foyer that was pretty generous and just did this great black granite pedestal sink and added this sheer drapery here to give some privacy to the other part of the bathroom. I bought it. I didn't design it or anything, but the proportions of it was perfect because, as you can see, we probably have like 16 inches of depth, but it feels perfect. And doing a wall-mounted faucet helps just drip all the water to the center of the sink. So it was a great solution for a small space and giving the house a interesting powder room. We're now here in the primary bedroom. I designed this room to feel very cozy. I went for upholstered silk fabric on the walls and a custom bed and nightstands that I wanted to just feel very minimal and clean. TV pop-up cabinet, which has been one of the best things ever, because at night when you just want to disconnect and watch a show or something, it's so nice to just have the TV like right in front of you. We really enjoy it. We love just relaxing here at the end of the day and disconnecting. This little seating arrangement in our bedroom, it's always perfect for the morning coffee, to just kind of sit here and enjoy the view to the backyard. We really use it, although sometimes it does become that perfect place where you just kind of throw your bag or clothes, and it's kind of hard to keep it always looking like this, but that's the intention. In our efforts to keep adding storage, we also added this beautiful wall of cabinetry and had my friend Eduardo Garza, that is from Mexico, from Monterrey. We met in the 80s, and he has the most beautiful collection of art, and he did these turtle pools for me, all mounted in bronze. You'll see pieces of my friend Eduardo throughout the house. He now lives in New York, but we met when we were in high school. So let's go to the bathroom now. This was the space that had to be completely redone. The way that the Archbishop had it, had these two windows here where he could kneel down and pray, but I added a third window so that it could create the symmetry between the two sinks. Designed the cabinetry with Macassar ebony, which is one of my favorite woods. Plus, I feel that it's really nice and masculine, especially when you contrast it with black granite. And then also completely designed our closets that, as you can see, I wanted them to be very specific for our sunglasses and some of our jewelry and all of our clothes, with leather wrapped fronts for the drawers and everything that you need in a closet. I love having an organized closet, an organized car, and organize everything. That's the way that I like living. And when things are out of place, it gives me anxiety and I have to go back and put it all together. So I love color coordinating and everything that you can think of in a closet. Okay, on our way to the girls' rooms, I have to show you this art piece. This is also one of my first art pieces that I got when I was still living in Monterrey, Mexico. This is one of my favorite art pieces as well. It has traveled to several museums around the world. The artist's name is Paula Santiago. She's from Mexico. And she did this huipil, which is like a Mexican ceremonial dress, in rice paper. And when I tell you what it's made out of, you're probably not going to believe it, but it's part of why it is so interesting, because it's all made out of her own hair and blood, creating a human heart. And the funny thing is, everybody's reaction when they know what it's made out of is a rejection, when we all actually have hair and blood, but if we see it out of the context where we're used to seeing it, it creates a reaction to reject it. So I think it's beautiful and authentic, and I love having it in our house. With the two girls, I had to very quickly learn a lot about kid-friendly materials, and I've always been a big fan of high performance fabrics. Love perennials fabrics that have been using them for years. So like here, this is an Italian sofa that after the girls came, we had it completely recovered in perennials fabrics, and I can enjoy our house and not have to worry about any spills or accidents. So it's one of the things that I first learned. Even in our girls' rooms, I've done perennials rugs as well, and it just makes living a lot easier. So this is Alicia's room. This is our oldest kid. She's 8 years old now. She's in first grade. And I wanted the room to feel like the house. I wanted to have personality, but I still understood that she's just 8 years old. So we did this beautiful LET's vinyl wall covering that I think looks amazing, that adds the texture. And then we bought this RH bed and just had it recovered with a very beautiful patterned fabric. And she has all her little things and books and pictures, and now she just got a desk, which she's very excited about, and she's using it. This is her bathroom, which used to be a Jack and Jill, was connected to the other bedroom, but I custom designed everything for her, including a little vanity area, which, believe it or not, an 8-year-old is already enjoying it. This is actually Alicia's first birthday dress, which it was given to her by her godparents. So I thought it would be a really cool memory to have. So that was his first dress for her first birthday, and these were her first shoes. So I decided to mount them on these acrylic boxes and just let her have that memory forever. Actually, when she was born, there was a little write-up on a newspaper here, and I also had it framed for her. And just want her to always be able to look back and see all these memories of things that happened. And my friend Eduardo, he made this drawing of her and her name. So I had it also framed, which I like it because it adds the value of a good friend that is an artist for something special for Alicia. So let's go see Annabelle's room now. Annabelle is 4 years old. This used to be the nursery when we first had Alicia, and then we moved Alicia to her room, and this became Annabelle's room. It's a really cute bedroom, just like Alicia, full of light colors, also with memories like her first dress in her party and her first little shoes that she wore. And so it's just a really happy room. Of course, I had to have an art installation for her. And actually, it was done for the nursery from my friend Lucrecia Wagner that does this beautiful porcelain. And her bed that I also designed for her is a trundle, so any of us can come and sleep with her. I also wanted to do some shelving and have some pictures and cute things to make her room feel very special. So when the girls were born, we decided, okay, we need more space. And we decided to build a second floor. Let me take you up there so you can see their playroom and a couple of guest suites. So in the efforts of adding more storage, as I've been saying, very well needed with a family of 4, I designed this wall that has more storage behind these doors, but I also wanted to make it interesting. And I designed this art piece that was auctioned at the Dallas Museum of Art. So I created this perfect niche with the perfect lighting just to give more character to the staircase going up to the playroom. Heading here upstairs, I had these handrails custom made, also with a little bit of the kind of nature, kind of looks like a tree trunk idea with these beautiful brass sconces. And this is where the girls can have fun, be free, more high performance fabrics in their sectional, playful art so they can start getting stimulated and still enjoy it and feel like it's in their space. Love this art piece that Michael and I got together, and kind of love the theme of the four wolves, since they are a pack that always stays together. So it's a little bit of what we hope that would always happen, that we would always stay together. But this is where the girls can really enjoy, have fun. They have a full closet full of toys, a lot more than I wish they did. And then we added a guest suite here, since we always have a lot of family visit us. My family from Mexico loves to come and spend time with us. So we added this guest suite with a full bathroom closet, so they can stay here and have a great time when they do so. And the other thing that we really needed was an office. So we decided to turn this secondary room into our office. And as you can see, we can have a big partner's desk, filing, etc. And then it gives me a wall for all my books from design and art, some pictures from the family, and a very good thing as well. We were very lucky to buy this art piece at 2x2 here in Dallas, but it's actually a Murphy bed. So whenever we have more guests, very easy to have another bed in this space. So it was a way that helped us having 2 extra rooms, even if the girls were taking the 2 rooms downstairs. And what's part of what makes this house the perfect house for us. To me, home means the place that you can arrive at the end of the day and be with the people that you love and disconnect from everything else, where you're comfortable, where you feel loved and relaxed. Also, home is where you feel that you belong, where the things that surround you mean something to you, that bring any emotion, that can be happiness, comfort, anything that can awake a memory or some excitement. I think that's, to me, what I would call home.
Thanks for watching. Go to homeworthy.com for exclusive content and shopping guides.